Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down one of the most unbelievable Premier League matches of the season, Fulham versus Liverpool, down at Craven Cottage. An absolute roller coaster. So let's just ask the big question right up front, shall we? How on earth does a team score what they think is the winner in the 94th minute and still manage to not win the game? Well, the answer is just pure, chaotic Premier League drama. So first up, a wild draw in London. And believe me, Wild doesn't even begin to cover what happened. I mean, the match was delayed for a good 15 minutes before it even kicked off because of a medical emergency. That pretty much set the tone for the rest of the unpredictable afternoon. Now, if you just looked at the stats, you probably think, yeah, Liverpool had this in the bag, right? They had way more of the ball, more shots, and their expected goals, or XG, was almost 3 times higher than Fulham's. But as we all know, the game isn't played on a spreadsheet, and that final 2-2 scoreline, well, it tells a completely different story. Okay, let's get to the action. We're going to start with how Fulham struck first with a little bit of help, or at least a big decision from VAR. So check this out. It all happens in a flash. We're 17 minutes in, and Raul Jimenez plays this absolutely brilliant little flick that just carves open the Liverpool defense. Harry Wilson, a former Liverpool player by the way, gets on the end of it and slots it home. But wait, the linesman's flag goes up. Offside. But after a pretty tense VAR check, the replays show he was on. The goal stands, and just like that, Fulham are up 1-0. And look, this wasn't just some lucky break. No way. This was a tactical weakness, a classic Liverpool problem coming back to haunt them. As NBC Sports pointed out, one single straight pass right through the middle, and their entire backline was just gone, taken out of the play. It was a problem they've had before, and Fulham exploited it perfectly. So halftime comes and goes, and Liverpool comes roaring out for the second half. You could tell they were on a mission. The pressure was about to ramp up big time. And you could just feel the momentum shifting. First, Cody Gakpo actually scores, but nope, it's chalked off for offside. Then, just a few minutes later, Alexis McAllister hits a powerful header that smacks against the crossbar. They were getting so close. And then finally, in the 57th minute, Florian Wirtz finishes off a great move to level it, and guess what? The flag goes up again. But just like with Fulham's goal, VAR steps in, overturns it, and the goal is given. It's 1-1. But just when you think Liverpool has all the momentum, Fulham almost steals it right back. Harry Wilson, again, finds himself with a shot in empty net, and he clips it onto the crossbar. Oh man, what a heart-in-your-mouth moment. A huge let-off for Liverpool, and a massive reminder that this game was absolutely on a knife set. All right, here we go. We're heading into stoppage time. The score is tied at 1-1, and this, my friends, is where the match goes from being just an exciting game to being an absolutely unforgettable one. Okay, let's walk through this madness step by step. First, it's the 94th minute. Cody Gakpo scrambles the ball over the line from just a few yards out. Liverpool's players and fans go absolutely insane. They think they've won it right at the death. It's 2-1. But then, just 3 minutes later, the 97th minute, the ball falls to a substitute, Harrison Reed, about 30 yards from goal, and he just unleashes an absolute rocket, a thunderbolt. It arrows into the top corner. Unbelievable. The final whistle blows, it's 2-2. Just wow. So after all of that chaos, you gotta ask, what does it all mean? Let's take a closer look at what this wild finish tells us about both of these teams. Get this number in your head, 995. That's how many days it had been since Harrison Reed, the hero of the hour, had last scored a Premier League goal. I mean, you couldn't make this stuff up. The most unlikely source for one of the most spectacular equalizers you will ever see. And for Liverpool, this wasn't just a freak result. It really highlighted a bigger problem. As NBC Sports put it, they were clunky, chaotic defensively, and struggling to dominate. Even when they were seconds away from what they thought was a win, you just got the sense that the performance wasn't quite convincing. And this chart, this really puts it all into perspective. Liverpool have drawn 4 of their last 7 games. Now look at the bar next to it. To get their previous 4 draws, you have to go back 31 games. That's a huge change. It's not a one-off, it's a pattern, and it shows a real struggle to close games out and secure the win. You know, the tactical analysis from some of the Thai media was particularly sharp on this. They pointed to a fatal loss of concentration right at the end. They noted the leaky defending that left Harrison Reed with acres of space to shoot. And of course, that recurring theme, an inability to close out games. They even described the defense using a great Thai idiom, bo nam mun, which basically means a leaky oil well.
Pretty fitting, huh?
So when you really boil it all down, it's pretty simple. Over the full 97 minutes, Liverpool probably played better football. But Fulham, they played smarter. They were disciplined, they picked their moments, and they were ruthless when it mattered. That's how they earned that point.
And so that leaves Liverpool and their fans with one massive question. Was this one hard-fought point gained on the road? Or was it two absolutely crucial points dropped in the title race? It certainly felt a lot more like a defeat, didn't it? Just a stunning reminder of how fine the margins are in this league.